Welcome back. A big focus today on honoring, remembering, and celebrating a political pioneer and a civil rights leader. Hundreds gathered today to celebrate the life of former St. Louis Congressman William Lacy Clay Sr. Clay died in July at the age of 94. He was the first African American to represent Missouri in Congress and served in the House for more than 3 decades. He was also known as a civil rights leader. Those at today's memorial saying Clay was really more than just a politician. He was really somebody who paved the way for more representation in elected politics.
This gathering is not just about grief, it's about gratitude. Gratitude for the example he set, the doors he opened, and the generations he lifted.
I honor Bill Clay because he understood the possibilities that we could lose whatever we had gained. And he fought to keep that from happening in so many different ways.
And his son, former U.S. Representative William Lacy Clay Jr., also served the St. Louis area for 20 years before being unseated by Cori Bush in the 2020 Democratic primary.